Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Searly P. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday the 30th of April. The Farm Production Pack DLC released today. On top of that, we have got new mods and some updates as well. The updates then, the map Ballyspring by Irish Connor, Glengar Boy and JDModding has had an update that says that a new save game save slot is not required. The class Lexion 410-480 by Eid123, the new Holland 8340 by 750 TI Modding, the Okrama JH series by SMI Modding Team, the Lemken D24 by ADub Modding ABP Team, and the Workshop Halls Pack by Eddie and Muir have all had updates. We're going to start with this, a pack. We have got the Schabenhof Pack. This is by BERNIESCS, 50.94 megabytes download, with quite an array of buildings in it, as we've kind of got used to with BERNIESCS and the farm packs we receive. We're going to start off in the build mode, then we'll go around and have a look at the buildings as we go. Under build mode, and to farmhouses first. Second one in there, we've got the farmhouse. The farmhouse is 9 slots, 50,000. Slot count comes down to 1. That is this building just here. I don't believe we have any colour options on that. No, it comes just as it is. Don't know why I come out of build mode. We then go from there to animals, and we've got two, where are we? Cow barns. So we have got this one here. This is a cow barn with silo, 500,000 litre. Holds 80 cows. Slot count on that was 12, which comes down to 1. The silo, 500,000 litre, is a forage silo only, not a multi-fruit silo. So anything you need for your cows, hay, grass, straw, silage, total mix ration, it will take those products in it. Next to that, we've got the farmhouse with cow barn, which is this building here. Now, whilst it is a farmhouse with cow barn, it doesn't appear to have a sleep trigger or anything like that. It's the farmhouse is on the front section here, and the cow barn's at the back. Same, it holds 80, 500,000 litre capacity silo, which is just here, which it doesn't... It does mention, it does say 500,000 litres, just there, look. Which is exactly the same forage silo, it's just slightly on the outside with a hayloft and stuff, which we'll have a look at momentarily. We then go from the cows to farmhouse and cow. Oh yes, sheds. So we go to buildings and sheds, and we have the machinery hall, which is this building just here. The machinery hall is 7 slots, which comes down to 1. That's 20 grand to buy. We have got the small garage, which is this one just here. The small garage is 5 slots. 10 grand to buy, slot count comes down to 1. And then next to that, we've got the shed. The shed is 6 slots, comes down to 1, and that one is 20 grand to buy as well. So that's under sheds. And then finally, we come out of there and we go to silos. We've got on the very end there, the farm silo, 2 million litre, multi-fruit silo. Slot count on that to start off with is 8, and the slot count comes down to 1, 15,000 for the 2 million litre. So the 2 million litre silo, in and out, nice and straightforward. Farmhouse, sleep trigger, and wardrobe trigger just to the side there. We can't go into the building. They're all very nicely detailed and made. The first of the cow barns with silo. Dialogue box for the cows is here. Doors open and close. If we come through into this side door here, you can see. We have our milking section. If we go around the back of this building, the milk trigger is around the back here, so that's your milk parlour part. All these doors do open, but you probably want to keep them close. I did notice a little bit of clipping. Every now and again there were cows with their heads through the walls or the doors. Mine a little bit. If we come into here, we have got the point for feed and bedding. So your feed and bedding is done just here. If we come round the side here, slurry point is just there. Actually, do I know? Does that open? I don't think it does. And then we come around to this side, we can turn our shed lights on or off. And this is where we take out of our silo. Putting into the silo is done here. Taking out of the silo is done here. And like I said, that's a forage crop silo. But if we go back in around here, where was it? No, it's here. Let's close those doors. Up the steps. Round here and up the top. We do have a hayloft of sorts. Oh, that was weird. This does open and close, so if you have put bales up here for bedding and that kind of thing, especially if you've got liftable bales or small bales, you can throw them down into there if you want to, which can make life a little bit easier. So that's the first of the cow buildings, barns. If we come out of here, back up the front, and over to the next one. Again, holds 80. Slurry point is just here. Feed and bedding trigger is down through. Like I said, this front bit is the farmhouse, but there's no trigger showing for sleep or wardrobe or anything like that. If we come up and around the building, dialogue box for our 80 cows is here. See, we've got a switch there. It just comes up every now and again for lights on and off. If we come around the back of the building, storage space, ramp up into the hayloft on this one, so we can actually drive up with stuff. So for storage of bales and things like that, we can just bring stuff up on skid steer loaders if we want to, trailers. This one also has a hatch which can be opened and closed for dropping stuff down. We've got a gap here as well, so if you want to put stuff up this way or drop stuff off the side, I mean, you can put it over the edge if you want to. Again, with liftable bales and stuff, not a problem at all. And then we come down here, and as we saw aerially, the 500,000 litre silo. I put 500,000 litres of... Why is it not showing up? What did I put in here? Total mix ration, and the trigger point was just here. And then when we went to bring straw to double check to make sure it wasn't a 2 million, nothing came up for unloading. Although, like I say, I'm not getting anything. Oh, there we go. So right, there you go. Total mix ration, 500,000 litres. So there you go. That's the second of the buildings. Then we move around to the various different sheds. That was the garage, triple door. We come inside, turn shed lights on and off from in there. Then we got this garage. Or this was the barn, wasn't it? Shed. No lighting in this one. This isn't much older building, but opening doors front and rear for drive-through. And this one to the side here was the hall, machinery hall. We do have a little storage space underneath here, storage space on top as well, if you want, and shed lights on or off, like that. Massive opening as well once that's done, and then we're back to the silo again. So that's the Schabenhof Pack by BERNIESCS. Next door to all of that, we've got the shed, or a shed, by MA7 Studios. 16.04 megabytes download, 10 slots on console. 30,000 to buy, 240 per calendar month with colour options too, because there are some solar panels on the roof. Lighting is at this end here. I didn't even know that had opened. When did that open? That's curious. Was that open the whole time? Lights on and off, but then at this end we've got this little bit here. We can remove the wall entirely, so you can have it open on two sides or closed in if you want. I don't think the back wall goes as well. I think it's just that. Yeah, just that one there. Pretty cool. And the build mode and sheds is where you will find it. Right there. And like I said, we have got colour options. Go back a little bit and we'll scroll through. There you go. Various different colour options. There's 2 or 3 mods today. I really, really like the weathering. That kind of dusty effect part way up. And it notices more depending on what colour you go for. Very nicely made. Very nicely detailed. A lot going on like that. That's the shed by MA7 Studios. Next, we've got these. This is the medium biogas plant pack by RLSF Blitzy. It's 30.64 megabytes download. We've got 11 slots and 13 slots. At the front, we've got a 400 kilowatt 2-dome biogas plant. At the back, 13 slots. We've got a 750 kilowatt 3-dome. Difference between these and the standard ones, again, the weathering on this sort of dusty effect coming up the domes, I think, is absolutely brilliant. This will take potatoes as well. Fairly standard production speeds and recipes for the size, for the capacities, but they'll do silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, and potatoes. And the outgoing product will be digestate. No methane on this, although it's showing methane, that will sell. This is not a sort of modular or anything like that. Let's turn that on. And then, like I say, the other one, the 400 kilowatt double dome, is round here. Very nice indeed. Build mode and production. Factories, that's where you find them. There we go, 900,000 for the 400 kilowatt and 1,250,000 for the 750 kilowatt. Nice. That's the medium biogas plant pack by RLSF Blitzy. Next to that, we've got this. This is the shed with workshop and office. It's by JDModding ARG. It's 14.41 megawatts download, 45 slots, color option. There's sleep, but the wardrobe trigger I couldn't get to work. This is another one that's got the color options. This is almost like a bronze look. There's some nice metallic kind of finishes. I like this option with the door. We've had that a lot again recently with various different mods. But we go in through there, and then we can open the main gate. I should have closed that. I think it closes automatically when you do that. We come over to here. We can turn on or off our lighting, like so. Workshop trigger just there. Drive through if you want it. Back door does open. Then we come up to the office just up here. Into the office. So sleep trigger is there. There is another trigger there, but when I went over to it, I couldn't get it to... Oh, was there a glimmer there? No, turn on or off light. I couldn't quite get the pick up object. I couldn't get the wardrobe trigger to work, which I couldn't quite get close enough to it. Unless I crouch, maybe? But anyway, yeah, there is a sleep trigger in here, definitely. And a wardrobe trigger should be. So, that is the shed with workshop and office by JDModding ARG. I haven't shown you where it is, have I? Under build mode, under sheds. Right there, 120,000. Slot count comes down to 2, and then we'll go through the colour options. Like I say, a metallic-y look, sheen to each one of them. I do like that. There you go. Lovely. I've said who that's by, haven't I? JDModding ARG. Next, we come to these. These are nice as well. Fairly standard, but a nice, a slightly different design to what we've seen recently, used to. This is the Brazilian Greenhouse Pack by naimog mod, 7.44 megabytes download. We've got 4 slots, and 3 slots. These are very peculiar. The pricing's peculiar. We've got a small, a medium, and a large. The order they're in the actual build mode is peculiar, and so is the pricing, which you'll see. They only take water. As we come over, the spawn point out the front there, water point just here. The triggers in each of them are slightly different. I do like that mesh look, and like I say, when you're looking through, it's like you're looking through mesh. Open the door up. There we go. Click on there. So this is the medium. Then we've got the large, which is the double. Water point, etc. And the trigger's just inside. And then we've got the small. Let's close that door. Then we've got the small, which is very small. And the actual manage point is on the outside of this one. Water point is around the back, and it's just there. So if we go into build mode, and we go to production and go to greenhouses, you'll see what I mean. So we scroll back across. It's the order they're in. We've got medium, then large, then small. But here's where it's weird. The medium is £14, euros, or dollars. The large is 30,000, and the small is 9. So you're better off getting a load of the mediums. Just put a load of mediums together at 14, and it is 40. It's genuinely 14. There's no colour option on this. That's charged a little bit more because I think of the ground that's got to be changed. But I'm trying to find a bit that's really flat. But even at 50, 60, or 70, that's still way cheaper than the others, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. So that's the Brazilian Greenhouse Pack by naimog mod. Next, we've got this, or these. This is representative of 2. I think the wheels might be a bit on the wonk on this one. I'm not sure. They seem elliptical. I'm not sure that would roll particularly well. I thought it was my perspective on it, but it is actually, they do look a bit strange. Anyway, that's the tracked version. There is a wheeled version as well. This is the Gooseneck Dolly by DarkSideModding, 30.28 megabytes download. They're 6 slots each. You'll find them under tools and dollies. So we go 7,500, 7,500. Slot count of 6 comes down to 1. There's the wheeled version or the tracked version. and they've quite a few options. I'll show you on the wheeled version, then we'll move over and show you all the rest of the options, but just the wheels on this. We've got the option of Continental. We've got the my eyesight's terrible. That's the Phoenix, isn't it? Phoenix, Trilex, Vintage, Vredestein, Nokian, back again. So on the Continental, just that. Phoenix, we've got white decal, black decal, chrome, white decal spikes, black decal, chrome with spikes, heavy duty 2, we run through different options. Trilex, there we go. Then the Vintage, with a few different options on there, black Santicap, heavy duty, long nuts, those kind of things. Vredestein, agricultural options. This is 82 Studio stuff, isn't it? The Trilex and all those. Sure is. Who's this by? DarkSideModding. And then the Nokian, just those options, then back again. So we've got mudguards, and then we run through a whole ton of options. Actually, I was going to show you on this one, wasn't I? So we go to this one, we've got mudguards. So it's just tracked, there's no other option on this one. So you've got mudguards, you've got quarter, fenders 1 through 9, I think it is. 9, 10, 10. Then we go to half fenders, and we run through again, I think up to 10 again, is it? Yep. Then we go full fender, run the right way through, and then no. So we go to full fender. We've got beacons. The beacons are on the top. I think they're on the top here there. So you've got amber right, amber left, both. Swing around, swing so a little bit better. Can we see them a little bit better? On the top of the gooseneck bit. You've then got clear right, clear left, both clear. We've then got a bar in the middle, or no. We've got work lights, left, right, both, or off. So we go for the work lights and we went for the beacons. You can have a mixture of everything, whatever you want to go for. Then got attacher type, and this is around the front. No, was it the front? Oh no, it wasn't. You've got standard or Xerion. I went for a Xerion because I thought it'd be quite cool. Saddle track and back again. So depending on what you want to go for, gooseneck will just work standard attach type on most lorries and gooseneck pickups and that kind of stuff. But the Xerion, the saddle track one, that's a nice option to have for larger trailers. Then we've got main colour, anything on this palette. We've got metallics and stuff, all sorts of glosses and new aged. And let's go for that, for example. So that does that section. The mudguards does the mudguards. Let's go for a colour that stands out. There we go. Rim colour does that, and license plate option as well. So a few different options on it. So start that up. I went for Xerion, not saddle track. So we back that up. We can hook it up. It does have a rear trailer hitch assembly on the back as well, so you can hook up other things to the back of this. So if you're not running a normal semi-trailer, you can run bumper pull trailers and well, anything on the back if you want to. L1 and right 6 side moves the fifth wheel. So depending on what you're towing, you can bring it closer in or further away depending on the size of it. And then we do have R1 and right stick up and down. We can adjust the gooseneck to get it level like so. I went for the tracks because I thought it would look really cool, and it kind of does. I don't know, I think it's just because they're a bit, yeah, it's a bit strange that. Might need a bit of a tweak. But anyway, that's the Gooseneck Dolly by DarkSideModding. We'll look at this next, then we'll move off this area. So next, we're going to back up, and I'm going to hook up to it because just to show that the hitch does work. Next, we've got this. This is the RTO 1274 flat deck trailer by IBM modding team. 5.63 megabytes download and 3 slots. It does have tension straps, unfolds like so. Fairly straightforward as a flat deck trailer goes. This you'll find under low loaders. Out on the very end there, 20 grand. Slot count comes down from 3 to 1. We've got wood floor, complete. We've got wood and black metal floor, wood and metal floor, back to full wood floor. We've got attacher, this is the front, we've got attacher 1 or 2. So we've got ball attach or pin attach. We've got chassis colour, anything on that pallet does all of that. And a license plate option on there as well. There we go. That's the RTO 1274 flat deck trailer by IBM Modding Team. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard Bolt 4M by Nicola 757 and VuleX. 6.61 megabytes download, 4 slots, 4 meters wide. There's no options on this. Slot count comes down from 4 to 1. You will find it under cultivators in that section. Unfolding like that. It's not a shallow cultivator. So if we go over onto this section here, the bit that's already been mulched, if we drop it down, it will do that, which means on a section where you've got, or on a map where you've got filled stones activated, it should bring up small stones. There we go. 4 meters wide, 4 slots. I do like these ones where it's hanging and you get that slight bit of movement on the chains and stuff when you move. Nicely made, nicely detailed, does the job. That's the Lizard Bolt 4M by Nicola 757 and VuleX. Next, we have this. This is the brand beginning with a K, Kuhn. This is the Kuhn 1200 Extra. Sorry for saying like this, by Hemerson Dentinho, ortin Modding. Ortin Modding and ML Modding. 4.57 megabytes download. 4 slots, 5.5 meters. This is a direct drill as well, so no need for ploughing or cultivating if you don't want to. Directly after a crop's been harvested, you can just go straight into the field. This holds 1,200 litres of seed, 1,200 litres of fertiliser. It doesn't unfold or anything, so because it's 5.5 meters wide, on this is designed for more, South American maps, but any bigger maps with narrow lanes, narrow gateways, that kind of thing, it's probably not going to be the best thing to use. It is a planter, so that's where you'll find it. If we go to our planters, that one just there, 110 grand, slot count comes down to 1, 120 horsepower required, and it does your regular planter crops. Options on this, we can change the chassis colour to anything on that pallet like that. And then we can change our rim colour. The rims are right under there. You can just about see the white glistening there. If we change the... Did I change it down to that? I think I did. Change the rim colour to red. No, back on that again. There we go. Try that again. Can we see under there? There we go. Rim colour's blue underneath there. So, cover open. Does the first cover, press it again, closes that one, opens the other one. As I said, 1,200 litres of each. Nice balance. Turn it on, drop it down. I like the way that sits. Nice movement on all the rows. We're running at about 10 miles an hour, as you can see. Not bad at all. I say it's nothing to fold or anything. That's pretty cool when that goes down, the way that all sits. It sits down really nicely. Nice animation, nice detailing on that. There you go. That's the Kuhn 1200 Extra by Hemerson Dentinho, ortin Modding and ML Modding. Next, we've got this. This is the Rudolph VElga DK280RL by Niki, Agrar and Agrario. 3.97 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. It's very nicely made and detailed. Swivel front axle. A few different options on it. Does have a rear trailer hitch, so you can daisy chain these together if you want to. That, of course, is always your decision. If we go up to our tools and trailers, that's where you'll find it. There is only one, and we can just switch the manufacturer over. There we go, the DK280RL. 23 grand for the base model. Slot count comes down to 1. 18,500 litres. Can't change the capacity on that. We do have Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Continental. Continental, we've got that and that. If we go backwards to Vredestein, we've got that. And we've got a wide, which I think I went for. You've got brand, Rudolph, or VElga, whichever you'd rather. Then you've got reflectors without, left and right, so that's the sides, just the back, or all if you want to. Sidewall, we can change the colour from the green to brown, which is what I went for. if you want to. Cover colour, anything on that pallet there, like that. And license plate on there as well. Fairly straightforward. I've got it on tip side. Don't go tip side left. No, tip side back to start off with. We have tip side back, tip side grain door, left and right. Nice smooth animation, nice sound effects. Let's change that to tip side left. And then tip side right would just be the opposite of this. Lovely job. The Rudolph VElga DK280 RL by Niki, Agrar and Agrario. Next we've got this. This is the Bailey TE TB16. 16.74 megabytes download, 7 slots. It's by RossN mods, not a JCB. I know, it threw me somewhat. Very nice Bailey trailers though. I did get the silage version as well because I often check, often the silage version will only do forage crops. This one will do everything, so it doesn't matter what capacity you go for, it will do everything. They do have rear trailer hitches, so you can daisy chain these together as well, which makes life very handy indeed. A few different options with regard to grain door and covers and things like that, which we're going to have a look at. But very nicely made, very nicely detailed and put together. Also under trailers, there you go, 32 grand for the base model. Slot count comes down to 1. So we start off with configuration standard, 16,000 litres. Standard with cover, 16,000 litres. You got default, 16,000 with grain door. So before, it doesn't have a grain door. You can have it with grain door, then you can have it again with the cover and grain door. Then we go to the extension, which takes you to 26,600 litres. You can have that with the grain door, then back to standard again. And like I said, even in the extended version, that will still do all crop types. We've got wheel brands of a BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredstein, back again. Got decals, no or yes, which puts all your reflective stripes around it if you want to. We've then got our attacher, UK attacher, pin hitch, or we've got a ball hitch just there. Main colour, anything on that palette like that. So you can pick and choose. Cover colour, if you've gone for it, let's go back up. So if we go to that with cover, go down to our cover colour. We can change that. Let's go blue. There we go. So we can change our cover colour. And then we've got rim colour options on there too, and a license plate option on there. So let's go for, it doesn't really matter. Let's go white. There we go. So those are options on the TB16. So let's jump in, start this up. As I said, they do daisy chain. So if I back up, we can hook up. Depends if you've gone for the, I said granny door then, grain door. As you can see, we've got grapes in it, so it will take pretty much anything. All back. Nice smooth unload, nice sound effects. Do have lights on them and indicators as well, which is very cool. Do also have the flashing beacons in the middle and the back on each one. And this one I don't have the grain door, I've just got the standard. So if we just go to unload here on this one. Remember cover 2. It does roll, it's very quick. Nice sound effect on that as well. Nice canvassy roll to that. Very nice that. Turn that off. That's the Bailey TB16 by RossN mods. Next, I'm going to say straight off the bat, I'm not going to go through all of the tyre options, just to say there's a plethora. That's right, a plethora. There's plenty of tyre choices for everyone, whatever you'd rather go for. Now, if you are an aficionado of these particular vehicles, you will know the differences between the two. This is the New Holland T5 AC and DC by Farmy. 42.68 megabytes download, 43 slots each with a lot of options available on them, as you can see. There is a chain option. There's a chain option visible, which you can have front or rear, on or off, but you can have it on so the chains only appear during winter. That's a cool feature. I really like that. This of the two is my favourite of them. I don't know. I think it's just the options I went for. There's a few different front loader attacher options as well. But this is these you'll find under small track. They're really nicely made. They do sound pretty cool as well. So under vehicles, under small tractors. So the difference we've got to the auto command and the dynamic command. I think it's just the difference between the real world versions of. There are subtle differences. They're very difficult to pick up on. The horsepowers are almost identical. Top speeds, it says 24 miles an hour, but I think with the, was it the dynamic command or the auto command? One of them has the option, it has one extra option on the tuning, and it was running at 30 miles an hour. I'm going to check both of them. Slot counts come down to 2, as you can see. I'll show you on one of them, but like I say, the option, I better double check that. Let's start, because this engine setup start off with. So 110 horsepower, 120 horsepower, 130, 140, 155 tuning, then tuning 50. So it goes to tuning 50, which I think is just the highest top speed. It still stays at 155 horsepower. And then we go over to this one. I'm pretty sure this one's 110, 120, 130, 140, 155. Yeah, and then back. So that one doesn't have the 50. So the auto, the auto command goes up an extra one. The dynamic command doesn't. I think the tyre choices and everything else are all pretty much the same. We do have the option between Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. I'll run through the Trelleborg options just to note that there are, as there always are with the tyre brands, variations on a theme. Some of them do mainly wides, some of them don't have the narrows, and it will be a case of scrolling through on the tyre choice you prefer to find what you like. There's nothing that particularly stands out, not tracks or anything like that. So we go through on the Trelleborg. There we go. So like I say, have a look through. You'll find something like, got with or without fender. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, this happened before, didn't it? We got editions. We got standard. We got 2022 edition. We got blue power, and then we got power. The blue power, the rear, the seat at the back, and there's a slight changes in the lights, and then back to standard. I think I went for power. We've then got the isobus terminals inside, so just inside the cab at the back you've got a Lemken terminal, Zunhammer, Kuhn, Kroner, Amazon, no. And then you've got beacons, so we've got, come on, front flashers, so it puts flashing units on the front. You've then got beacon 1 on the back, and then front flasher, and then it runs through a series of beacon options, I think through to beacon 5, I want to say. Last time this happened and it all started freezing up, I had to come out and delete a load of stuff. So beacon 4. So you can go right the way through to beacon 4 with front flasher and then without beacons at all. Hydraulic control and electrical control, that's inside the cab. I think that's for your spools, isn't it? Spool valves, you've got hydraulics or electrical, I think. Then we've got snow chains. This is what I was talking about. We've got no snow chain. Snow chain always at the front. And then snow chain only in winter at the front. You've then got snow chain always at the back. Only in winter at the back. Switch. There we go. Then we go to all snow chains always, which I put on because I thought it looked cool. Then all snow chains, but only in winter. So when you get into those winter months, the snow chains will appear, which is pretty cool. Then you've got hydraulics. We've got weight carrier. Come on. We've got hitch. Hitch with PTO shaft. I think it's just too many options. Because I've got 2 of these vehicles out already, it did this once before. When you get vehicles with loads and loads of options, I said this before, it takes you right back to when the game first released and it kept crashing in the menus all the time. Front hydraulics, and then front hydraulics with PTO. So as I said, front hydraulics, then front hydraulics with PTO. I don't know whether the John Deere that I'm going to have to show you is going to do this as well. What I'm going to have to do is show you, then delete them, which is going to be really annoying because there's a ton more options as well. It's not going to go through them. Got there. So we've got front loader attachers. It's worth going through these. We've got quick. How? It's not going to go through them. Brilliant. The game crashed. Hasn't happened for a while. Anyway, there are some additional front loader attacher options. I think there's quick, Hauer, Stoll, MX. There's a whole load of different options. Then we've got colour options, ranging through blue power, and there's some different colour. Like I say, unfortunately, I've just gone back in again to try it again, and for some reason the menu is just absolutely clogged, and it won't work. It's got to be one of these that's causing it. I don't know. So what we'll do, we'll jump in, we'll drive them. So this one is the DC dynamic. I don't think we had any options on this one at all for doors, windows, or anything like that, did we? But beacons with the flasher units, I like that. On the top, on the sides, on the front. As I said, chains as well. Does sound pretty cool. And this one goes up to 26 miles an hour. But the other one, the auto command, had the extra option. It said 50. That goes up to 30 miles an hour. Interior, nicely detailed. Got the Zunhammer monitor. And I think I went for hydraulic reels, not electric, but does sound very cool. It's like I say, if you are a New Holland fan and you know every single one with every single option available on it, you will know the differences between. I think it's just down to the computer system. I think it is. Like I say, I could be wrong on that. And then we jump into the other one. So there you go. The AC. This one we've got 30 miles an hour. This one doesn't, I'll be honest, it could just be down to the tyre choices, but this one doesn't look as wide. Maybe it is, it could just be the tyres that are doing it. I don't know, it does look a little bit smaller, it's lower, isn't it? But again, that could be the tyres as well. It's deceptive, it looks a little bit narrower, just a little bit smaller. Not sure if it's a little bit shorter or not. But it does go up to 30 miles an hour with the extra option on that. Went for the Krona display on that one. Very nice indeed. Which brings you on to the last of the mods for today. We do have a new map out as well, Somewhere in Lower Bavaria by Paco. That has 25 required mods. I think that's the new record. That's got to have taken the new record. So the final mod we've got for today, we've got the John Deere Series 8030T and Demco SideQuest 1200 by Agro Tonho, 25.77 megabytes download, 15 slots for the tractor, and then it's 2 slots each for the side. Now often you buy these and they come as a pair and you drive over and they connect. These are individual. You pick left or right, whichever one you want, and when you pick them, I would hook one up, move out of the way, then buy the next one, because if you buy them right next to each other, they're very close to each other and you can't actually drive through the middle to get to them, which is brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the other 2 tractors, and hopefully that will help in the menu for this, because not a huge amount of options, there are a few options on this one. So we'll start off with the tractor itself. Under large tractors is where you'll find it. Out on the very end there, 243 grand. Nope, still going to do it. The mod review must get through. I saved the game, came out, deleted and uninstalled everything that I have already done the review on. So fingers crossed. I've also taken the tractor away, so let's go from here, shall we? So we have got 265 horsepower, 335 horsepower, 310, 380, 335, 445 for the 8430T chip tuned. We've then got track setup. We've got wide mat, which is that. We've got wide mat and weight. puts the weight on the front. We've got 3 metre wide mat with weight. We then go to narrow with weight, 3 metre narrow with weight, and then back to standard again. We've then got window film, smoke, 1, 2 and 3, back to standard. We've got front headlights, we've got 4 headlights, 5 headlights, 6 headlights, or 7. I went 7. Of course I did. Internal trim, no or seat. It just puts an extra, I think, a buddy seat. Then you've got a thermal. I think it's a thermos flask, isn't it? We've got seat and radio. Hang on, where did that bounce through one? Seat, radio, thermal. Seat and radio, seat and thermal, radio and thermal, or all. I went for all. We've got antennas, left, right, both, or off. I think I left them on. Exhaust, standard, or chrome tipped. We've then got numbers 1 through 9. Toolbox and chain, toolbox, chain, toolbox and chain. Cabin lights, standard. So you've got without cabin lights, so we could sort of indicate. Take the cabin lights off. We then got without turn signals and just the lights. Double headlights, or you can have back to standard again. I think I might have gone double headlights. And then you've got signalling, standard, left beacon, right beacon, left and right beacon, or back to standard. I went with both. Attaches, standard, 300 weight, 500, 700, 900, 11, 1300, 1500. Oh, actually, let's go back one. 1100. Then we go to the sides just under the engine for 13 and 15. Adds those extra weights on there. Then we go to front hydraulic, then front hydraulic with a couple of extra side weights. And then back to standard. I think I went for that, so we'll leave that on there as well. GPS, no. We can have a Starfire 3000, Starfire 6000, or off. And then we've got signal lights on the back. So, standard, American signal light with triangle. You can have EU with triangle, back to standard. I think I went for that. And then we've got license plate option on there as well. So, let's lease that. Got through that one a little bit easier, didn't we? And here's what it looks like close up. So that's our vehicle. We'll go and have a look at the SideQuest pods in just a moment. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at them in here first. If we go down to our tools and we go to sprayers, that's where you'll find them. So we've got the SideQuest 1000. They're 1,892 litres each. Or you've got the SideQuest 1200, 2,271 each. So depending on what you click on, liquid fertilizer or herbicide, and I say you've got the right side or left side, so you pick which one you want. I mean, you want one of each realistically. I mean, you don't have to, but it would be a bit lopsided. And I say pick one, attach it, move out of the way, pick the other, attach it. Otherwise they'll be too close together when you come to actually put them on. So if we hop in and start this up. So R1, right stick side to side, door. It's got a great sound to it. Right stick up and down does the rear window. Interior light comes on as well, as you can see from just there. We then go L1, R1, left stick side to side does the steering wheel. Right stick up and down. We've got seat forward and backwards and up and down. It's got a bit of a seat movement there. And then I think it was that. Then we press triangle again, which takes us to our signal light mirrors and sun visors. Let me get this right. So that one, there we go. So we can fold those away. If we go internal, and we go L1, R1, left stick side to side does the visor. Then right stick side to side does that mirror on the left. And then right stick up and down does the mirror on the right. Press triangle again, and we come back to our door, window and steering wheel. Horn, beacons, lights, because I went for all the lights in the world. Indicators on the stalks. And off we go. It's got a great bit of movement on that as well. I might have gone for the narrow tracks on the previous one I had, but that's fine. So we come out to our pods. This now shift. I forgot I had the aerials on there. Can you just see the aerials? They are just flexing. You can just see them whipping backwards and forwards. Oh, it sounds meaty. Right, move over to this side. Hook that one up. Hook that one up. And there we go. We're good to go. Herbicide, liquid fertilizer, put our sprayer on the back or whatever piece of equipment that requires it. We've got our additional tanks. I couldn't get these to fill up from a buy anything silo. I had to use IBCs. That's why there's only 4,000 litres in here. It's not full. I just did one IBC for each side. But yeah, that's very cool. Bit of a weapon. So that's it. That's the John Deere Series 8030T and Demco SideQuest 1200 by Agro Tonho. That's it for the mods for Tuesday the 30th of April. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.